Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and it's looking like 2016 again because it seems like Overwatch 1 is gonna be releasing again. I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. Recently, the Overwatch team has been feeling very nostalgic lately, and I mean that literally because they had a whole Twitter thread where they went through all 8 years of Overwatch and every milestone that has happened throughout the years. They just premiered a YouTube video that's supposed to release on November 11th, so stay tuned to this channel because I will be making a whole breakdown video of that trailer. And they also just rebranded all of their socials to feature this Overwatch 1 Tracer skin as their profile picture. So you can kind of see where things are going. And that is the possibility of two things. One is something that the Overwatch community has been begging Blizzard to do ever since the release of Overwatch 2. And the second is something that would be the biggest cock tease and the biggest letdown if they actually follow through with it. But let's talk about the first thing, which is Overwatch Classic. Now, if you don't know the concept of Overwatch Classic, if you ever played OG Fortnite, it's basically that, but for Overwatch, going back to the golden year of Overwatch, which is 2016, when it earned Game of the Year, when everyone was playing Overwatch, when it quite literally was just the best game to play. Everyone was playing it. And with the success of OG Fortnite and probably making them a lot of money, Blizzard probably saw that and thought, hey, well, tons of the Overwatch community is nostalgic of 2016 Overwatch, and we want to make a lot of money. What if we had our own nostalgia grab and brought back the OG version of Overwatch within Overwatch 2? And when I first heard about this concept, I thought it was a little bit ridiculous because what? The Overwatch team actually does something the community wants? But then I go to their Instagram and I peep their bio and it says, what year is it again? And then I see that there's only 5 pictures posted, which means that they hid all of their posts from the 8 years that they have existed on Instagram. And their first one says, who's feeling nostalgic? And it's a picture of Hanzo kissing the iPhone. God dang it. The point that I'm trying to make here is that it seems like Blizzard is want to have their nostalgic moment, and well, it is November 9th. This is the time of when BlizzCon usually happens, and it wouldn't be too far-fetched an idea to have a big announcement like bringing OG Overwatch back. But how exactly would classic Overwatch, Overwatch 2016, whatever they decide to call it, how would it look? But more importantly, how would it actually freaking work? Well, if Blizzard is serious about bringing OG Overwatch back, that means we would be going to when the first build of Overwatch released to the public, which was on May 24th, 2016, which means a lot of things, but more importantly, that would mean no Doomfist, no Sombra, and even no Ana. No new heroes released for Overwatch after the initial launch would be in the game. That also means that Symmetra would be a support, Mei would be able to freeze you, and Hanzo would have a scanner arrow. No, please, no. Not to mention the amount of armor that D.Va would have, or Cassidy having his flashbang, or even Roadhog's broken hook 1.0. Like, there's just so many things that just for the heroes that a lot of people forget was in the very first build of Overwatch 1. And so a lot of people would suggest, okay, well, what if we didn't just do the first day that Overwatch released, and what about when Season 1 released? Because once you get hooked through 5 different walls from Roadhog hook 1.0, you're gonna be wishing that OG Overwatch wasn't in the game. But then a lot of people argue, well, this isn't technically OG Overwatch because it was months after it was first released. So for the sake of this video, I really think that if we're gonna have classic Overwatch in the game, it's gonna be from the first day of release, May 24th, 2016. Which means bringing back the 2CP mode, which means bringing back 2CP maps, which means bringing back the original build of so many of these maps that were even just recently redesigned in this season. But more importantly, and a big reason why I didn't really think a classic Overwatch was possible is bringing back 6v6. Blizzard has stated numerous reasons why they didn't want to bring back 6v6, but a big one was because with the new engine that brought Overwatch 2, people's systems wouldn't be able to handle 6v6, mainly just Switch players, but I mean, I didn't want to call them out. But with the recent announcement of 6v6 coming back in Season 14, maybe with some limitations, that obviously means that it's possible to bring back Overwatch 1, which had 6v6 as its foundation. rotation. And that's great because it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. You get 66 back in Overwatch 2, kind of, and you can test things out, but you can also get people back to playing Overwatch 2 by having OG Overwatch in the game and getting your nostalgia grab. So if they could figure out all the technicalities of bringing OG Overwatch back, I really think that this is going to be a great limited time mode, but I think that's all it's really going to be, is a limited time mode in the arcade, just like Junkenstein's Revenge or Capture the Flag or whatever. I don't think it's going to replace Overwatch 2, and I don't think it's going to replace any core game modes, and I don't think it's going to really even be a mainstay or a permanent stay in Overwatch 2 because the Overwatch team wants to progress the game. They don't just want to be stuck in the past in 2016, because I already know there's going to be so many people, even in this comment section, saying, I'm going to not even touch Overwatch 2 anymore. I'm going to be playing nothing but OG Overwatch. I'm going to get my boys back, and we're going to be playing hours upon this game just like in 2016. And while that's great, and I'm happy for you, and I'm going to be joining right alongside you, I think a lot of people are blinded by nostalgia and just looking at OG Overwatch through rose-tinted colored glasses, because there's so many problems with the original build of Overwatch 1, and if they bring it all back, they're gonna realize it. Like, I keep mentioning Roadhog, but there's just so many things that people forget that were in the original Overwatch. Like, remember, this is at a time where you could pick 6 Winstons and just dive everybody. Like, could you imagine being a Xanair? No, shoot, could you imagine being a Symmetra getting dove by 6 Winstons where you don't have your level 3 beam, you have a lasso? Look, this is not to dissuade you from getting excited from OG Overwatch. I'm just saying, I'm a main, and I miss being able to freeze people dead in their tracks and seeing the pain in their eyes, but them not being able to scream as I send an icicle right through their head. Once they see me running around with my OG Mei, they're gonna be crawling back to Overwatch 2, I guarantee it. But no matter what, I do think there are a lot more good than bad that'll come from OG Overwatch, especially if it's just a limited time mode. Like, there's gonna be nothing but good things that come out of that. However, there could be a lot of bad things that could come out of the second thing that a lot of people have also been guessing too, and that would be Overwatch Mobile. For years, Blizzard has hinted at the idea of developing an Overwatch mobile game. Whether that would be able to get in the same lobbies as PC and console players, I'm not too sure, but somehow capitalizing on something that everyone has, which is a mobile phone. But the reason why this would be a tragedy rather than a good thing is 2 reasons. One, nobody wants an Overwatch mobile version. No matter how it would look, this would literally just be a waste of development time, because you have to remember that Blizzard still has not officially said that they are discontinuing PvE. It's basically implied that it is, but imagine you promise PvE to millions of players and not deliver on that same promise, and then make a mobile version like that. That's just, oh my god, that would be worse than a Dota card game. Oh wait, but the second reason why a mobile Overwatch would be a tragedy is because you already have a version of that on the Switch. You want a mobile version of Overwatch? Play it on the Switch! I don't even want to discuss of how a Overwatch mobile version could be successful, because I don't want it to happen. Nobody wants it to happen. There might be one person that wants it to happen. You don't. I promise you. Please go to bed. All right, it's past your bedtime. But OG Overwatch, see, everyone can get behind that. Everyone F's with that. And I would love to see that happen. So I'm manifesting that OG Overwatch would be happening, and it seems like it actually is based on how many things are pointing in that direction. But let me know what you would want from OG Wait, actually, no, that's stupid, because we know what we would get from OG Overwatch. OG Overwatch. We played it before. We would just get it again. So I guess until we get OG Overwatch, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch, maybe 1 videos to come. Oh, that's good to say. And bye.